Paula.
Representing the donor. Yay. So what is the basic question of this debate? The basic question was, what is fundraising success and how do you measure it? Well, from the donor's perspective, that was a question obviously set by a fundraiser or a CEO. So the more relevant question that you'd probably ask a donor is, what is it about the experience of giving that makes them feel good? And what would cause that donor to give again and be connected to your cause, maybe for a lifetime? Of course, there are many ways we can slice the donors when we look at them. So basically your older donors, or sometimes we hear them referred to in these conferences Dorothy donors, and then the boomer, which is the next generation down, and then younger donors. Because to a certain extent, they are all different in how they approach charitable giving. Can you tell me what charities you donate to?
Well, my wife and I have a number of long-established, good, solid blue-chip charities that we tend to support: Oxfam, World Wildlife, the Heart Fund, and Cancer Research. We've supported them for a long time. We know that they do good work. We get a little bit worried about costs, so I try to keep an eye on that, because I want my donation to go towards the good work of the charity, not to salaries for their bureaucrats.
And what does fundraising success look like to you as a donor?
Well, I guess I presume that with these good charities that there are thousands of other people who are donating too, and that when we all send our donations in or use the telephone to make a donation, that combined that they will be raise enough money for them to do the good work that I know they're doing.
Thank you. So these are the easy donors to a certain degree. These are the donors that want a familiar and trusted brand. They want to know that their money's going to your cause. And of course, you have to get the basics right with this generation of donors, just getting their name on the pack, if it's a mail pack, getting their name right, cashing their check quickly, and probably most important, and I heard this several times yesterday as a theme, is not thanking the donors quickly, and not thanking them within 24 to 72 hours. At least sending them acknowledgement in some form. Brian, what does fundraising success mean to you as a boomer donor?
Fundraising success to me is knowing that my dollars are actually making a difference, that they're actually getting where I want them to go, and that they're changing a life or saving a life. I don't want to donate to the never-ending fight against whatever disease. I want to know that they're in business to put themselves out of business. That's why I donate specifically.
So how do we deal with this generation? How do we engage with them? Well, first of all, they're probably going to want more answers and more engagement, but they're going to want that on their terms. It's about talking with them and engaging with them. So whether that's online or in mail packs or on the phone, however you choose to do that. But the thing is, at the bottom line is, how is their donation making a difference? How is it going to change or further your cause? So this is our younger donor, Generation Y. Have you given to charity recently?
No. Oh, but I participated in an event recently. It was, I can't remember who it was for. It was like giving money overseas for some disaster or something. But it was really fun.
And why did you get involved in that event?
My friend actually invited me, and we did a walk. And we just hung out the whole day, and the energy was really good. It was a fun day.
The younger generation, they want to get out and they want to have fun, and sometimes they don't always remember the cause. And this generation is equally as generous as the other generations too, but they do want to participate, and they want to look good with their friends, in front of their friends. And we see that online, especially online, where on Facebook it's all about looking good. That's why we're there. We're looking good in front of our friends. Hey, I've joined this great cause. You can join as well, and we get to have fun with it. It's great stuff. Thank you.
So, those are the Three speakers, three different perspectives. I'm hoping we've got some questions.
I think we all agree that fundraising is an optimization problem. We have a fundraising budget. We need to invest it such that some kind of net income is maximized. The problem for me, I think, is that we cannot discuss this issue with you, the donor. Because you as a donor, you expect us to work professionally, but you are not ready to pay for the professionals to do it professionally, because you consider it cost.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I said it. I don't necessarily believe it because I am a fundraiser, but I said it. We hear it time and time again from donors to minimize your cost, minimize your cost. And so I was kind of goading the two of you into trying to address that very question. So thank you for bringing that up. So what about it? So how do you keep your costs low? Or should you?
Yeah, I think the question is that the right question? Because and at the end of the conference, you know, the final speaker at the end of the conference is, God, I'm going to remember, Dan Pallotta, the author of a book called Uncharitable, who is basically criticizing how the kind of, you know, it's a critique of the non-profit sector, saying that, well, you're not very kind of business-like because, you know, your fundamental problem, or a fundamental problem, is kind of lack of access to capital. And if we were in a commercial situation, our ability to grow and therefore deliver on our mission would be so much greater, because we would have a range of different ways to access capital to grow. So the sector then becomes, you know, caught in this kind of vicious cycle, whereas actually our ability to grow and do more good things for our beneficiaries would be so much greater if you could kind of switch the whole thing around. And it's going to be really interesting on Friday to hear from him, I think.
I think this is something the sector's got totally hung up on. If you look in the commercial world, yeah, you have tracker funds that charge 0.5%. You have the hedge funds that charge 2% on money under management and 20% of profits. Guess which one is most effective at generating more income? We shouldn't be talking about our cost ratios. We should be talking about the outcomes that the organisations are delivering and proving that the money we've raised is actually doing what the donor wants us to do. And if you can prove that, they won't care what you're charging them.
If you can prove that, is more to the point, I think. But we've got another question over there, and then we will need to sort of wrap up.
I can quote one organisation in the UK, WizKids, that was able to say to its donors, 80% of your money goes to the cause, and we're very efficient. And then a new chief executive comes in and says, I don't think we are that efficient. And got people to look at the way that they were delivering their services and have managed to triple the impact in terms of the number of children provided with mobility equipment for the same amount of income raised. Phenomenal change. We shouldn't just agonize about income cost ratios. That's too narrow a definition.
Thank you for that. I think that's a great place to stop. I think where we ended up was in a place where what we've got to do is show the supporter the impact we're having. And if we do that, then that is the key measure for fundraising success, because we'll have the supporter on board and drive the income we need. Thanks.